Welcome to episode 16 of the PitCrew Podcast, where we bring the excitement of live music to your ears.
Woo!
The return, baby. The return.
We finally back, after being out for so long. Just finishing my degree. Eric with the new job. We just been in our bag and going to so many concerts. It just hasn't been enough time.
We haven't slowed down at all since Coachella.
But in this episode, we're going to give y'all a May recap, and we're going to talk about the Justin Timberlake concert, the Forget Tomorrow World Tour, the JID and 21 Savage concert, the American Dream Tour, and the Austin Milz Fresh Air Tour. Remember, before we start, check us out on Instagram. My Instagram is Claudio B_11.
And my Instagram is EJAHYY. We'll put them on screen.
Check out our PitCrew on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Everywhere.
On Spotify. Check us all out. Let's get into it.
So the first concert we're covering today is the Forget Tomorrow World Tour from Justin Timberlake. We went and saw him on May 2nd, which is actually his second show in a row.
He did 2 nights here in Seattle.
Yeah, at the Climate Pledge. It was us and your brother and Carlos.
Yeah.
And I remember kind of getting tickets, if not the day before. It was pretty last minute.
Yeah, we saw how cheap the tickets were going, so we decided to pull up because we had already planned to go to 21 Savage the next day.
Yeah, we already had that in the works, and then we just so happened to see, like you said, the cheap tickets. And the best part about it is when I went and bought the tickets from, I think it was like StubHub or something, I didn't even realize, but I had bought box seats.
Yeah, the 2 tickets that Eric got were box seats, and we just ended up all going into the box up top and making it our own. And we had never, or at least I had never been into the boxes before.
That was my first time too. And I mean, especially I've been in a box in CenturyLink for a Sounders game, but I've never been up in a box for a concert or in Climate Pledge. So that was definitely a new experience. That shit was dope. Yeah,
it was really cool to have like our little room for us to get lit and just like hang out and watch the show.
It was honestly this was like the show that I would want to be in the box for, because to be able to see like his whole production, it ended up working out really well. Got in early and went and walked around, and then we went and checked out the box, and we were just in there chilling.
Yeah, because they even have a bar for like the people. The Summit like bar or whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's literally just a lounge. There was everybody was just hanging out there, and then once the show started, everybody left.
Yeah, everybody just went to their box.
Cause you went to the lounge, right?
Yeah, we all went and got a drink, and then you couldn't because you had the vertical ID.
No,
I remember somebody did, because Carlos went and they wouldn't let him leave with his drink.
That's what it was. We were taking
because
we were taking turns.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you leave from the lounge.
Yeah.
If you had a vertical ID.
No, if you had the drink with that was like a shot, because they were giving out the tin cups.
Oh,
so they didn't
you're
want
right.
you walking around with the tin cups, but you could walk around with the beer.
You're right.
The only place that wasn't allowing me to get drinks was the WAMU.
I see.
But I was still going to get drinks at the Climate Pledge. And then we got our drink on, and then we went back to the box, and the show started.
Yeah, he came out at like 9:10, I saw in my videos, and it was hella dope. He came out from the bottom of the stage and rose up in the middle.
Yeah.
And instantly the band was just going in the whole time.
Yeah, he had the live band behind him, and he had this huge screen that was just
Huge.
It was literally the size of the stage, and it was dope because he like walked up to the stage on the screen, and then he just like popped out of the bottom, and then started the show. And he did a couple songs off his new album, and like to prepare for the show, I was listening to them, and he's got a couple good ones, and I'm glad he performed them because they were pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that was the point, or the whole point of the tour was, because he had dropped a new album this year. I listened to it leading up in preparation for the concert, and he definitely had some good ones on there. It's not like his classics, so I was low key waiting for him to get
the show going.
Yeah, but even when he first came out, like from moment one when he came out of the middle, you could just tell how much like effort that he has put into it, with how like heavily choreographed everything was.
Yes.
And even song one, like he had backup dancers and just
that
like
was
I said,
really
the
cool,
band.
because I haven't been to that many shows that people were like doing choreographies and dancing and all that. So it was really cool to see him like put in that effort into the show.
Yeah, well,
at his age, because that was his trademark was him dancing with his like In Sync, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the group that he was a part of.
Yeah,
and to see it like actually happen, even though that he's getting older, it was cool.
Yeah, he definitely still got it for sure.
He's definitely still got it.
He performed, it was probably like 30 or 40 minutes worth of his new music, and then he got onto the classics. I remember he started with Cry Me a River. That was like the first one of his old songs that he did.
Yeah, and that's when this huge rectangle came down, and it was another big screen, but it was also kind of like a platform that would just move around the stage and create different visuals. So I really like that.
Yeah, I'd honestly never seen something like that in a concert. It was really dope.
It was really big. I don't understand.
Literally, and it was, I mean, it's not like it's flying back and forth, but it's still moving around the whole stage, and then it's going out over the top of the crowd and stuff. And later on, you'll see how much he really like utilized it. But I definitely did not expect it to be that big of a part of the show and the visuals, but it was, and that shit was crazy.
Yeah, and then he did a couple more of his classics, and then he ended up leaving, and then he comes back in the middle, and there was like another stage that it was a circle, and everybody was able to crowd around it.
Yeah, they basically on the opposite side of the stadium from where the big main stage was, he had this little one, and it was like a little GA section all around it. And then the rest of the floor was all seats of people like facing the stage. And like you said, I think he went off and he had a little outfit change, took a break, and then he walked around the crowd and ended up over on the other side. And he was playing the guitar as he was walking around there the whole time. And he brought out another piano and like another guitarist to sing one of his songs while he was over there.
Yeah, that part was cool. And then he started doing like a little like breakdance choreography, like, and everybody was like, hey. That part was really cool.
Yeah, that part he was just like vibing, dancing. He was just playing the song and just getting down with all the people in the G over there. That was the one part where I was like, damn, I wish I was down there on the floor.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like a lot of older people, so it was kind of cool that we were up in the box, didn't have to deal with the older crowd.
Yeah, because we were definitely being a disturbance to the people around us. I'm sure the other people in the other box were tired of us by the end of the night. But, I mean, we were having a good time. That's all I can say.
How can you not when you're watching Justin Timberlake?
Literally. I don't think that there was a song that I could think of that he didn't play that I would have wanted him to. He literally played every classic
he did Suit
song.
And Tie. He did.
Yes, he did.
Sexy Back. He did.
Oh, yes.
I'm drawing a blank here of all his classics, but he basically played them all.
Literally. And then the last song that he played was Mirror, I remember, and he had like everybody, yeah, he had everybody, like the whole crowd was singing, and there's like,
was that when everybody shined their lights? Because I also have a video of everybody like with their flashlights on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like all the lights turned off because that was the moment when he went and got strapped onto the platform.
Oh, you're right.
The band played like a little extended intro for the song, and they turned all the lights off, and then he had everybody turn their flashlights on, and when the house lights came back on, then he was on top of that rectangular platform that was also a screen, singing and dancing. And I have a video that I'm gonna put in of him like leaned out like this over the top of the crowd, and the fucking rectangle is like this, like he's like this close
He's
to
on
the
some
crowd.
Michael Jackson stuff.
Literally, he was going stupid, and he was clapping along, and everybody was clapping and singing. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
What a way to end the show.
Yeah, it was definitely a show that you wouldn't want to miss.
Literally. Do you remember? It was like after like the first couple of songs, he stopped and was like talking. He did like a whole long ass speech to the crowd at the beginning, and then somebody was holding up a sign and everybody saying "Happy Birthday" to the person.
Oh, I do remember that. Now I was kind of lost at the beginning when you were explaining that, but now I remember that.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday today.
She's capping! She's lying!
What is it? Ricky?
I would have said the same thing!
And Ricardo? Ricky?
My baby's being born right now.
Much prettier. It's Ricky's birthday, y'all.
Hey, fuck Ricky.
Wow.
On the count of three, we're gonna say, just say, because I got a long show. On the count of three, we're gonna say happy birthday, Ricky. Ready? 1, 2, 3!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, that
Part was cool.
That was cool.
That he just like.
He was all like, "This is night 2 of my tour," and he was just like talking and going on for a minute, and then he stopped, and this person literally in the front row, he was like, I'm pretty sure she was holding up a sign, and he was like, "It's your birthday," and she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "What's your name?" And then I think she said it was her 21st birthday or some shit like that, and he made the whole stadium say happy birthday. That shit was hella funny.
The show was great in my opinion.
Yeah, I had a great time, and for the amount of money that we paid, I think it was only like $40 if I remember correctly, somewhere around there, which is like a steal to go watch such a like
to see a classic and an icon.
An icon. That's a good word. Just like a once in a lifetime sort of thing. You don't know when he's gonna go on tour again, if he ever will. It was kind of already a surprise that he dropped the album, and to begin with.
That, and then him coming on to tour, especially all the way over here to Seattle. Yeah.
And, like you were saying earlier, even though he's getting older, he hasn't lost like any of his touch, that he's still a really good showman. And you can tell that he puts in the effort to make sure that his show is like as good as it can be.
Exactly.
And so since we have a couple of concerts to talk about, we're going to get straight into the ratings for the Justin Timberlake concert. The first category, as you know, is the venue. And I mean, I feel like with this category, it's pretty straightforward. It's basically an easy 10. I don't know. The only bigger place he could have gone is CenturyLink. I mean, Climate Pledge is basically the top as a performer, unless you're like The Weeknd, like the peak of your career with billions and billions of streams. So, I mean,
if you went to the CenturyLink, he's not filling it up like he did.
Not 2 days in a row.
Especially not 2 days in a row.
Yeah. So we both ended up giving that one a 10 because they had the GA section, they had the seats on the floor, and then obviously the whole stadium. And we even saw a bunch of like families and stuff. So along with all the old people, everybody was bringing like their kids, and then there were people around our age. So it basically suited everyone who wanted to go. Exactly.
The next category is the stage. And that one, we talk about the design, the spacing, the lighting, the special effects. and the visuals, and like we said earlier, the rectangle was so cool to me. I had never seen something like that. For it to be, at first I thought it was just a screen, and then for it to be a platform that he finished on was really cool.
Mhm.
And his visuals were dope.
Mm-hmm.
The huge screen in the back was really nice. So as well, I gave it a 10, and Eric gave it a 10.
Yeah, even though we've been to plenty of shows at the Climate Pledge, like I'm still amazed every time how they can change up the stage design.
Yeah, no one has ever done that before.
Yeah, and somehow they keep making the screen on the stage bigger. I feel like every time I go on the stage, the screen keeps getting bigger. That shit was crazy. And we ended up changing this next category. We now call it atmosphere, but basically it's still the same. It's just, it was people dancing and singing. Were they paying attention? Everybody's being respectful of others. And for this one, I gave it a 6. I was a little disappointed because I feel like people at the beginning were excited to see him, and I don't know if it's because they didn't really know his new album and his new songs, and even though there are seats on the ground, people were still just like standing stiff. And I know me, wherever I'm gonna be dancing and singing and having a good time, even if I am stuck in a seat. And I don't know if it's just because the older crowd, but like I honestly just expected a little more from such a iconic act as Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, like everybody should have been a little bit more lit, but how we said, there was also families and stuff, so maybe the parents were forcing like their kids to come out and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you never know, but I gave it an 8 because to me it was still really cool, and like everybody, like we said at that moment, everybody pulled out their flashlights. There was moments where he was on his Michael Jackson stuff and everybody was screaming.
Yeah,
his
he
name.
just standing there and everyone's like, ah!
Exactly. So it was a couple points taken off, but I still gave it an 8.
I think that the atmosphere was understandable, like, sort of to be expected, but that doesn't mean that I didn't want it to be a little more active.
Yeah, I feel you. The other category we have is how good was the performance, and Justin Timberlake still got it. He's the man. He be cooking. He does the choreography. He dances. He sings. He goes
playing instruments.
He's with the band. Like, it's all live. It's no recordings, no
backtrack,
nothing.
no nothing.
He just does it all. So I couldn't knock any points from him, and I gave him a complete 10.
Yeah, me too. I mean, not much more to say. That boy is a king of performing.
Exactly. It was cool to see such an iconic act.
Literally. And our last category is the theme. And for this one, this is a category where I think he really fell short on. I wasn't the biggest fan of the merch. Like, it was all right. The only like theme between them all is it had the picture of him like in the big ass trench coat that was like on the screens everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's what his album cover is for his newest album. And the visuals were definitely cool on what he was showing on stage, but they were just like,
they didn't have no idea behind it. It was just for each song.
Yeah, and it was just like colors or like a landscape like kind of thing, and nothing too crazy. So I ended up giving it a 4 just because like we've seen so much more. So much better themes.
Exactly. This, like Eric said, this is where he flopped, and the theme should have been a little bit more like put together. He didn't pay attention to those details, other than like him performing and stuff like that. He just didn't commit to this part of the tour, and that's why I gave it a 2, because I expected it to be a more well-rounded thing, and like the merch was its own thing. His rollout was a different thing. The visuals were a different thing. So I ended up giving it a 2.
I feel like part of it kind of has to do with the fact that, you know, he is just Justin Timberlake, so he doesn't really got to do like a big rollout or
You're right.
something like Travis Scott. Like, he doesn't have to put in that effort to sell out a world tour.
Exactly.
So that's also kind of part of it, but that doesn't mean
that's
that,
the only category that he did so badly on. All the other ones he got great scores. So
yeah, literally. I ended up with a total of 40 points.
And so did I. We both ended up with a score of 40, and in total it was a 80. So it lands in the must go category, and for me that's perfectly like that falls right on the money.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, if I'm being honest, going into it, I in my head I was imagining it was going to be like a everyone's got to go sort of thing, but it's just unfortunate that the theme made it fall off and it wasn't that perfect. But like, as far as a performer, singer, like, must go is 100% accurate. Like, I definitely recommend anybody who enjoys pop music or just like who can appreciate a good performer, because that's exactly what you're going to get from Justin Timberlake.
Exactly. You have any final thoughts of the tour?
Just never forget tomorrow.
That's good. Yeah. Honestly, if Justin Timberlake comes to your town, you should definitely go.
Yeah, especially in, I was gonna say 2024. It's 2025 now. If you get the opportunity, you gotta take that shit, because you never know when he's gonna go and do another tour again.
And moving on to the next concert, like we said earlier, we went to the American Dream Tour by JID and 21 Savage.
Mm-hmm. Literally the next day, Justin Timberlake was the second, or Friday, and then on Saturday the third, we were at 21 Savage and JID.
No, it was Thursday, and then that one was on Friday.
So he did Wednesday, Thursday were his
No,
shows?
I think we were actually at the first show. I'm not gonna lie, but
I have a video of him being like, "This is day 2" in his speech.
But he was performing on Thursday and Friday, and we saw him on Thursday because I remember that I was at the church camp from Friday to Saturday.
Then maybe he was just capping on stage.
Maybe, or maybe he had a show before that. Like, I think he might have one in Vancouver or something, like in Canada.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
But yeah, it was Friday. We saw him at the White River Amphitheater, and I like that venue. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think this is the first time that we went there for a show together. I think so. I had been there before because I had seen Lil Uzi perform. Like,
that was the only time before that you had gone there?
No, I saw Future there as well. Or no, sorry. Future was at the other amphitheater that's like way, like, I forget what it's called, but it's not at the White River. It's like way further away. But so we only had been there a couple of times, but if you don't know what an amphitheater is, at least the one in Washington, there's a bunch of seats with like a covered awning, but it's all outside, and then it has a big ass hill of grass behind it. So the good part is that you can go get a ticket in the GA lawn, and then if you're lucky enough, you can go slip in and go find yourself a seat up there.
Yeah, we were able to sneak in. We went in quite a big group. This one, it was me, you, Carlos, Quinn, and then our other friend Deshaun and his girlfriend and all her friends.
Yeah, it ended up being like 8 of us.
Yeah, so it was pretty fun. We all got in, and JID was performing. And his set was really nice. We had already seen JID a couple times before, so we knew what to expect. We were, like always, the only ones singing.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that nobody knew as much JID as us, but I was super happy with his performance. He in my opinion, he was doing a better job of like engaging with the crowd than 21 Savage ended up doing. He, even though like he's rapping a whole lot and no backtrack, like he's rapping the whole song, he's still like moving around and like jumping up and down, and he's not just like stuck in one place, which I really appreciate. His performance, he's always a good act to see ever since I seen him at the Paramount, and then we saw him at Coachella again.
Wait, we saw him at the Paramount before? I thought we saw him at Coachella and then we saw him at the Paramount.
Did we see him at the Coachella with Jamie?
Yeah.
Then you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first time we saw him, and then we went to go see him again.
Yeah.
But this time, one thing that I really liked was that I forget what song it is, but he basically ran across the stage as the lyrics were being showed on the background, as he was just like spitting the whole thing, and it was really cool how you could, for the people that didn't know like what he was actually saying, you could see it.
I think it was never been shit, never had shit, never knew shit.
Probably. I mean, his flow is just so fast that like
if you didn't know the song, it's definitely hard to follow.
Yeah. But that was really cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. It reminded me of when Kanye ran across the stage singing.
That's funny.
Okay, Bill Dirt every head, easy let nigga brothers in it, that was the point. But his forehead and crawl when I make it home, then get a point. Let a nigga come and fade it for, I had to fade a nigga at the fade it for. It's a made it with tomato, we just waited for the rest of it, I won't say it no more. I was just fucked up, I was just down, man. Yeah. Okay, stick.
Yeah, JID was great. He performed, I think about for like 45 minutes or an hour, and then there was like a 10-minute break, and then a DJ came out.
The DJ came out. He had the crowd going.
Honestly, that was when the DJ set was playing. That was the littest he had the entire crowd. Or like, the crowd had the most energy when the DJ set was going on. Because there's a bunch of seats, but there's also a GA floor down super close to the stage, and that was the only time that people were really like jumping and pushing around. At least that's how it looked like for me when he was playing. Like, I think he played Playboy Cardi, and he played just like a bunch of just like lit hype songs.
He played, the one that I really remember him playing is We Are Young.
So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. So we sing, we are young. And what you do? So let's set the world on fire.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Really
Actually,
lit.
he honestly played a bunch of cuts. Now that I think about it, it wasn't just lit songs. That boy was cooking for sure.
So that was really cool. Everybody was singing along to that one, and I mean, how could you not? You know?
Yeah. He definitely got everybody like
Ready.
engaged. Everybody was ready and waiting for 21 Savage to come out. And when he did, I don't remember. Oh, I think he came out to.
What song?
It was a song off of his newest album. I want to say it was Red Rum, but I feel like he
I think
could
he
have
might
done that
finished
at the end.
Yeah.
It had to have been a different one.
You want to smoke with me?
Oh, bro, Nardo Wick was also there, but we didn't make it in time. He was the first opener, but we didn't make it.
Like, this is 9:30. The DJ's still out, and then this is 9:40, and 21 Savage is already. And then he's doing
No Heart.
No Heart.
My dreams have always gone beyond the crossing of a pond. As a mother, every path I walked was for my son. Challenges were a part of the journey, and what I wanted was an afterthought. The idea of providing him proper chances helped me to never stop moving forward, forever confronting whatever transitions that needed to be endured, to make his position as a winner more secure. Now I smile, feeling assured. My choices were not in vain. Locations and situations constantly change, but my unwavering heart remains. For all the trials and all the pain, the mission is, as it's always been, for my son to become a man and be free in his American dream.
I think that's probably the one he came out to. His most known.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it for sure.
Had the crowd going for sure. You know, 21 Savage just goated. We've seen him
With Drake,
We saw him at Drake. We saw him at
Coachella with Post Malone.
That was really cool.
Yeah,
Seeing him at Coachella at the Sahara. That was really dope.
yeah, that was with him and Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
That was a fire set. I remember that. Oh, that's one of my most memorable for many a reason. But yeah, 21 Savage is a good performer. You heard my comment earlier about how I thought JID was doing better, and I was honestly a little disappointed with how much he was just kind of staying in one place. His set design was basically just a staircase and then like the little platform like front of the stage and then a screen behind it, and for the most part he was just standing on the stairs the whole time. And like I said, that was a little disappointing, but he definitely made up for it because 21 Savage is like a good rapper, a good performer still, even if he's not moving around. He was rapping with no backtrack and getting all the words, which I definitely appreciate. He's done that every time we've seen him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for me, he doesn't really engage that much, and that's the only thing that I don't really like about his performances. But other than that, I really like his songs, so I'm just gonna get lit in general.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing him when he came at Drake, he was a little tense, and
Mm-hmm.
this time I feel like he was a little bit more like in his shit.
Yeah.
So it was cool to finally like just like see him stand on like his own, you know, like not
Mhm.
oh, Drake's bringing me up type stuff.
Yeah, no, to like be the headliner and be the main act, he definitely did good. I just think that he has so many like lit songs that are fun to jump and
Yeah.
mosh and, you know.
I feel like
turn up
everybody's
to.
just lit, so it helps him out for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like he's a person that is just like quiet and is just like chill. So
yeah.
it's probably hard for him to just like get crazy, and
Yeah.
he's not gonna come out and be a Travis Scott where he's like screaming at you. And
No, definitely not, but you know, you can
still
he could have
appreciate.
been a JID. He could have been moving back and forth and, you know, doing.
But still, like JID is also another motherfucker that's gonna come out and just like be lit.
Yeah. Yeah, but one thing I'll say is that I've never seen 21 Savage jump around. I don't think he's not jumping on stage.
I saw him with Drake. He was jumping around. He said, I remember. But like I said, it's all good. Like I enjoy 21 Savage. He does all his cuts. He did. I remember him doing Ball Without You. I was
Literally.
going crazy for that one.
He did "Break the Law." That's one of my favorite songs of his. He did basically all his old cuts, like "Bank Account."
I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, hands in my bank account, yeah. In my bank account, yeah. In my bank account, yeah.
In my bank account.
Yeah.
In my bank account.
Yeah.
In my bank account. I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, shooters, ready to gun you down, yeah. Ready to gun you down, yeah.
And he did "No Heart" and he did "X."
I hit her when I'm condom, had to make her eat her. And I'm tipping on that codeine now. I'm just stunting on my ex bitch. I'm just flexing on my ex bitch. Hold up. I'm just stunting on my ex bitch. Hold up. I'm just flexing on my ex bitch.
X is such a good song. I really like that.
Yeah,
It
and
reminds me of the good old days.
I honestly like his new album a lot too. He the songs that he was playing off of that, like "Sticky," I like.
Oh yeah.
Every time we link, it be sneaky. All my hoes clean, niggas squeaky. Buy a new Chanel, I'm talking weekly. I can tell she gone, but how she creepy. Your baby daddy pussy, he ain't know that. If you was in the spot, I make him stupid. Say you getting money, nigga show some. Since everybody love him, let's see who hosting.
And fuck, there's another
What's
one.
that one that Quinn like?
All of Me.
That one's really good.
That one is a good one.
I cross my T's, all I got is these little pictures when I think about all the G's. Memories in my head, the devil talking to me. And I'm Satan down that path, but God walking with me. Hey, put your phone light in the air if you done know some me. Every solid ramble bag and then have to cross a nigga.
I fuck with that one too. And then I'm pretty sure you were right. He did end with "Red Rum." That was one of the last ones that he did. Which again is a lit song. He did. Yes, he did surround sound, and JID came back out, and that was lit. And they both performed on stage together.
Okay.
Push the fucking back off of the Puerto Rico countdown. This rabbit can have it to blow it, make surround sounds. Pussycat on my lap, push it back and go to downtown. Putting rap on my back and I'm back and stacking crowns.
Yeah, my money is I can be coaching it, you can be coaching me. I'm on the top, I'm coaching me. Trying to the gang niggas that they coaching me. 400 rats, they shit, but it's showing me. I'm on the run, I bet that you hold me. It's always a pro of me.
Yeah,
That was dope.
I think that's why they went on tour together because of that song. Because it blew. The song had already came out, and then it was out for a year, and then TikTok got a hold of it, and then it just blew up. So I think that's why they went on tour together.
Yeah, it definitely had a new like resurgence because of the TikTok trend that was going on around it. But I mean, they're both from Atlanta. You know, it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, they work together.
Yeah, and Nardo Wick.
Yeah, Nardo Wick is also from Atlanta. All of them definitely complimented each other. It was a good selection of artists.
What? You said what? Who wants smoke with me? 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 Oh! No way! All my guns gone with a switch, cause I'm fucking rich. I don't touch no teeth and no beat. You got like a big ring, and he's hopping off a jet ski. Twin Glock, try to planes on wild car, slow. Part of black, I've been drinking long X-ray. Gas, nigga, that's not bad bitches in the studio, they large these are mirrors, they are.
So all in all, I was happy that we went to go see 21 Savage and JID. 21 Savage is one of those artists that anytime he comes, I'm willing to go.
Oh, I'm
see
definitely
him.
there.
So I was definitely satisfied. And we're gonna move right into the rating for this concert. Again, the first category is the venue, and I gave it a 9, and Claudio ended up giving it an 8. The reason that I took some points off of it is because I just think 21 Savage can do like a bigger
Yeah,
arena.
I feel the same way. He could have came to do the climate pledge.
He with JID and Nardo Wick, like he would have filled out the climate pledge, and then maybe that would have facilitated a more
The
like
vibe.
more energy a little bit. But that's why I only knocked it from 1 point, just because I think he can do better. Like I still think it worked out well for just because the way the venue is set up. It's got seats for the people that want to be close, that but also want their own space. It has the GA floor all the way down to the bottom for people who just want to be in that bitch and getting pushed around and turning up. And then also has the lawn, which is not a thing that many venues offer for people to really just like
Kick it.
chill and kick it and take in the music, because like we were saying with how they're just sitting up there rapping, and like a lot of people are just going to get lit just because the song is lit. A lot of people just want to sit there and just take it in and try to listen to what he's saying. So I like the venue a lot. I just think that 21 Savage, JID could have pulled filled a bigger spot for sure.
Yeah, the reason I took points off was because I feel like it just wasn't right for the fans, but it was still a good price for the tickets. So that's a big factor for me. I really like the White River Amphitheater, so it was a solid 8. Our next category is the stage, and for this one, Erik gave it a 5 and I gave it a 6. And it was a real simple stage, no thought really behind it. The visuals were just I think
Whatever.
it just said 21 Savage the whole entire time.
It would play part of his music videos, like for some of the songs,
But you
a couple
see,
of
like,
them. But like that's not a creative
You can
visual.
exactly. Who can't do that? DJs do that when they're fucking playing the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
At the club, just play the video of the song.
JID's was almost better because he had a little screen in front of the staircase, and so if you were like looking on it straight on, it looked like it kind of connected to the big main screen behind it. And like you were saying, how he had all the lyrics up on it and shit, like that's a lot more creative than what 21 Savage was doing. He could have put a lot more into his...
There wasn't really like
there's
lights
no design
or anything
No.
like that. Like there's no special effects. We just saw he had some like sparkles, or like I don't know. It's like fire that
like this the CO2 cannon, or it's just like the air. He had a bunch
he
of
had
that.
those. But I'm talking about like
It wasn't quite. It's not quite a firework, but it's not just like an open flame either. It was somewhere in the middle.
That's what I was saying. It's like a sparkle rain.
Yeah.
That was at the end. Like he didn't even have confetti that went off or anything like that.
No.
So, yeah.
Next category is the atmosphere, and for this one we both gave it a 7. We kind of touched on it a little bit earlier about how with the songs, he has so many lit songs, you would expect people to be a little more lit. But the more that I was sitting here and thinking about it, it kind of is probably to do with that it's like not a lot of kids that probably like 21 Savage. Like it's all these artists.
It's definitely a select
people,
crowd.
It's like people in their 20s like us that aren't necessarily like,
and a lot of people that are got the cool card on them. So
that for sure.
They're not gonna be jumping around going crazy at the concert, or they brought a girl and they're not trying to go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That was just kind of the crowd. That's just kind of how the vibe was. But I mean, all of our friends were dancing, and when we ended up moving seats over and scooted over towards the middle, and all the people around us over there were dancing and stuff. So people were definitely into it. It's just, I would have liked a little more. I like a little more energy from my rap concerts is all.
Yeah, same here. The next category is how good was the performance, and we took into account JID and 21 Savage.
Mhm.
So I gave it a 7, and Erik also gave it a 7. And the crowd control was all right, but the vibe was always there, at least where we were, because we were getting lit.
We just bring the vibe.
And then the song selections, I like almost all of 21 Savage songs, and I really like JID, how his flow is and everything. So it was good for me. The only thing is like the crowd interaction. That was what really brought my score down.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on that. They definitely could have been a little more turnt on stage. I also, one of the points that I docked was because it was just a DJ playing the music, and I've seen JID perform. The other times that I've seen him perform, he's performed with a band behind him. So,
and 21 Savage didn't really interact with the crowd, like, you know, most people are like, oh, like, what's good, Seattle? Like, of course he did that, but he didn't just
he did that like just at the end,
talk to the crowd or anything.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, JID usually, like, he might say a little something before he performs one of his songs, where he's like, I'm gonna take it back to a classic, or like something like that. 21 Savage doesn't really do that. He just kind of
like drop the next one.
Yeah, literally. But since they're just rapping and singing all the words, you know, it definitely can't give them a low score, but they could have done better for sure. The last category is the theme, and I ended up giving it a 6, and Claudio gave it a 4. Again, I was a little bit disappointed. Looking back on the merch after the fact, I felt like it was pretty good. It was definitely better than Justin Timberlake's merch, but it wasn't anything special at the same time. It was just it was rapper merch. It was more along the line of the American Dream, as like his album, and he also had like, I think he played like because I know that 21 Savage did a outfit change in the middle, and so he played like a little like cinematic kind of
little movie that they made with Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. So he definitely like put in effort into the rollout and all that, and as far as all the visuals
they didn't really
and stuff.
Promote it like that. They dropped that, and he made it seem like he was gonna drop a whole album, and then he just went on tour. It was basically just an announcement of the tour, and it was kind of underwhelming, because if you're gonna go and do a whole movie trailer for your tour, and then it's gonna be just you in front of the screen, like barely doing anything. The theme for me, it has to really like encapsulate the whole thing. Is that the right word?
Encapsulate.
Encapsulate the whole thing, and like we said, he didn't really show up.
Yeah, it was definitely mid. That's why I gave it the score that I did, just because I know that they can do a lot better with even if it's not directly them, with the teams and everything that they got behind them. Like, he can put in a little more effort into the visuals and everything, just sort of melding together a little better. My total for this one was a 34.
And mine was a 32, giving it a total score of 66, which lands on the Be Cautious category. And
I think that's fair.
Yeah, with 21 Savage and JID, you definitely got to be a select crowd to go. So it's Be Cautious.
Yeah, just like how we mentioned earlier, with, you know, people might be with their girl, or they're not kids anymore, they're in their mid-20s, and this, that, and the other. It's just like, you're definitely not going to find like the older crowd that you're going to see at like Justin Timberlake, but you're also not going to see like the young kids that you're going to see at just like a
Travis Scott concert or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you definitely have to have an ear for that type of of rap.
Yeah, especially with JID and 21 Savage, which they literally just rap.
Yeah,
Like they just rap.
you have to appreciate.
So you have to have a ear for rap music and really be able to appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Be Cautious is exactly where it deserves to be. But we still have one more show to talk about. The last concert we're talking about is Austin Milz.
It was the Fresh Air Tour, and that one was on May 17th at the Showbox.
Yeah, that time was fun. We went, it was just us and Carlos. And I remember being in Seattle, like a little...
Yeah, we just went and like hung out.
We were just kicking it down by the water.
Because that venue, I don't know if y'all know, but that venue is right across from Pike Place. So we just go and park at Pike Place, and we were just hanging out. We had a couple beers.
Did we go to the pub that time?
We did go to the pub afterwards. We took Carlos for the first time.
Oh, uh-huh.
Or no, because we went to the pub when we went to Don Bresky, so
yeah, we
already knew about the pub, and he did as well. So we also like to go get a drink there, and then
there's a bar literally right next to the Showbox.
Because we usually go see DJs at the Showbox, and they come on later at night, so
yeah, there's usually this was no exception. There's usually two performers or two other DJs before like the main act that you're buying the ticket for. We ended up getting inside and saw probably like half of the person right before Austin Milz, and he was honestly
he was going in. I appreciated his set because we ended up just standing in the back and getting some more drinks, and we were just hanging out and just dancing because the guy was just playing good songs.
I don't always take videos of the opening DJs, but I remember pulling my phone out and recording because that boy was going in for sure.
Yeah, maybe the drinks had already gotten to us. But
yeah, maybe a little bit.
He was definitely going in, and then Austin Milz came out at around 11, and I think he performed for a good 2 hours. He ended at 12:30. It was 12:40.
Oh, so he only did an hour and a half.
But it was lit throughout.
Yeah, that's why it just felt so long, because there was never like a slow moment.
Yeah, from the moment he came out, he was just going and going and going. Like we were talking about it when we were getting ready for the episode. He is the mashup king.
Yeah, literally. I've never heard or seen anybody with more just like crazy mashups. Like he'll put the intro of one song and then the lyrics of another song on top of a different house beat. It's like a mashup of 3 or 4 songs that just all like fit together in such a
and then he just starts blending it in and bringing in other songs,
mixing in another mashup with another 3. So it's like it's just so smooth all the way through.
It's a never-ending party.
Yeah, and he had a bunch of people up on the stage behind him, behind the DJ deck, which is, pretty normal for DJs, but I think that was the first time I had seen people up on the stage for a DJ performance at the Showbox, which I appreciated.
And it was cool because he has Latin music. has hip hop. He has house music. He has a little bit of techno. He has just regular like pop like songs or like
he was
bangers.
playing like rock songs and like just like anthem type songs as well. Like they had everybody singing together.
If I told you once, I told you twice. You could say it in my eyes. If I told you once, I told you twice.
It was so cool.
That boy was just chefing the whole time. The skillet. You ever seen the video of the guy and he's like, and the flames all over.
It catches on fire.
Yeah,
I know what
that was him. That was him on stage.
For me, it was such a great show. I was really glad we were able to pull up because the year before I had seen his Boiler Room sets. I just like to watch DJ sets on YouTube when I'm doing homework or playing Xbox. And I heard that he was gonna come to Seattle when we were down at Coachella, and I told these guys that we had to go.
Yeah, I remember when we were driving to Vegas on the way back, and you put his Boiler Room on as we were driving, and we were listening to it in the car. And I was like, word, he's going to come to Seattle? That's great. Because even his Boiler Room set, that boy was cooking. Like, that's just what he does. He's just the mashup king. I just got to give him the crown.
Now he's on the Coachella lineup.
Yeah, for the 2025 Coachella lineup, Austin Milz is going to be there, which I'm probably going to...
We'll probably be there
I'm
too.
going to have to go see him again because I know that boy's going to go stupid.
Imagine the mashups in the desert are going to go crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's honestly the type of DJ that I like, that just plays like whatever music is good. So it was cool to see him come to Seattle and watch it all unfold.
Yeah, I agree.
Get your hands up.
kind of getting through these, so we're getting straight to the ratings now.
Again, as you've been hearing, first category is the venue, and for both of us, we ended up giving it a 10. The showbox, I fuck with the showbox. There's, I got no complaints, no negatives about it. They always pick like a artist that's gonna like fill it out, basically.
Yeah.
And
the showbox is a little bit bigger than the showbox Soto, so it was just the right pick. And I really like the showbox because you're so close to the DJ and you're so like everybody's just there. It just feels like a party.
Yeah, it's
like a house party.
It's a super little intimate venue, and yeah, it's
because
it was really
right now that
perfect.
we went to see LP Gobi, it was almost the same thing. It was just a cool vibe, just hanging out.
Yeah, definitely.
So the showbox is definitely a cool.
Yeah, Austin Milz definitely had a lot to do with that, just with the way he curated it. It definitely.
Yeah, especially having the people in the back and in the front. It was just lit. Everybody was nonstop dancing.
Yeah, even if you're in the back like we are at the bar, like you're still super close and you almost have a better view because you're like a couple steps over the top of everybody, so you can just really see everybody getting
and you're
down.
Still super close.
Yeah, but you're also not just
in
like
the crowd,
in the middle of everybody, so it's got a little bit of everything.
And the price is always great at the showbox. The thing I really like about the showbox is you can go buy your ticket at the box.
Yeah,
so you can cut out on the $15 fee of them just literally giving you your ticket online. You can just go and pay the with no fees.
Yeah, it's one of the benefits of being a local venue is that because we even went on, I think we just went there and bought our ticket.
Yeah, I'm
the
pretty
day
sure.
of, which is really
I think
nice.
that's why we were just hanging out.
Yeah, because we didn't have a ticket.
Yeah, so
because I have a physical.
Me
stub.
too. I have a physical Austin Milz ticket.
Yeah, and that's because we went and we bought it straight from the box office there at the Showbox, which you can't do that at a venue like the Climate Pledge or probably not even the amphitheater, because it's just like so much bigger. That's really a thing for like smaller venues to be able to go buy it the day of.
Yeah. So that's why we both gave it a 10.
Yeah, it was a perfect choice for sure.
The next category is the stage, as you guys know. For this one, like we said, the stage was cool. He had people behind him. He had this screen in the back, and it just had like these lights. It was like it was a video, but it had like moving lights, and I really liked it. It gave it such a like warm feeling.
Yeah, it was changing colors, and I feel like it was kind of matching along with the type of song that was playing. Like it was more like brighter colors for songs that were like
upbeat and just like flashy. It was really cool.
Yeah,
it was really flowy and stuff. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
I gave it a 10, and Erik gave it a 9.
Yeah, the reason that I knocked a point off is, even though the visuals were they were visually appealing, it was just kind of like random.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it didn't have any theme or anything, but I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, and it was just like really like basic. Like, I mean, you can't do a whole, or at the time of seeing this, I wouldn't have said that you could have done a whole lot with the Showbox stage until we went and saw LP Gobi. So it's like that's partly why I took a point down, because like I know that you can actually do something with the stage, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just basic. It was just just a little lacking.
Yeah, I guess. But we've also seen other DJs and they don't do that much. So that's why I give it a 10.
The next category is the atmosphere, and for this one, we both ended up giving it a 10. everybody was dancing, grooving.
Everyone was dancing.
It just like you
Non-stop
said, it was
dancing.
the whole place was a party. That's the perfect way to put it. Everybody was
It reminded me
gigging.
of a house party.
Everybody was having a great time. We were.
It was so fun. I had
There's no
such a
bad
great time.
vibes. No bad
No
vibes.
one was pushing and shoving. Everybody was respectful. We would leave. We would come back. We would
and
leave.
get
we
right
would
in
come back.
the same spot. Yeah, we went to go get drinks a couple times in the middle of the show. I think like twice. Still just squeezed right in back to our spot right in the middle, which a lot of people always have a problem when you try to get by them. But this time everybody was on chill vibes.
That's why I like the DJ sets a lot, because people are always just chill.
Yeah, people are definitely a lot more chill at the DJ set. Yeah, it was perfect crowd, honestly.
The next category is how good was the performance, and he's the mashup king. He had a perfect 10 from the both of us, and like we've already said multiple times, he was just, the song choice were amazing.
Literally, like, such a wide genre of music, and he was dancing the whole time.
He was dancing the whole time.
He was turning up with everybody behind him. He would get on the mic and turn us up.
He would hit the little cha-cha.
Yeah, that boy had the moves for sure. He was bringing the energy and like just basically showing everybody like what it was about, what the show was about. Like
Exactly.
if you're listening to this and you're not like moving around, then something's wrong. The last category is the theme, and honestly, all three of these concerts were really disappointing in this category. We both ended up giving him a 2 for this one, just because, I gave it a 2 because there was barely any theme. Like, we've said it a couple of times, but just like house party, like good vibes. Like that was the
he didn't have
that was the theme.
merch. He didn't like the visuals. It was just a bunch of lights. The other DJ was just like another DJ, and
yeah, he just kind of like, all right, I'm going on tour kind of thing. Like there was
it
no
was the
like
Fresh Air tour, so he was just going.
literally like that was it. I don't know how you make a theme around Fresh Air, but he didn't. That's why he got such a low score.
Yeah, I'm really picky with that theme category, so he had to get it too.
It is definitely a hard one to get. A lot of people overlook it, but
there also are a lot of people that hit the money.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a lot of people who pay attention and go that extra step. So it's definitely a valid thing to be thinking about. It's just a lot of people tend to ignore it. So for this one, my total was 41.
And my total was a 42, which comes out to a total of 83 and gives it the highest score of the night with a must go. Like we said, it was a party. You need to pull up wherever Austin Milz is at if you're trying to dance.
Literally, that's exactly what I was going to say. If you like dancing, then you would like Austin Milz, because it's not even like a lot of the DJs we go to are just house DJs. And so, there's definitely people that aren't a fan of house, but he played so many different types of music, so many different types of songs. He played everything. He plays something for everybody. And if you're not too much of a cool guy or cool girl to move around, then you're gonna have a good time. Everybody around you is gonna be vibing. So if you're just feeling the vibe, like,
it's definitely contagious at the Austin Milz show.
Yeah, that's for sure. Must go is exactly where it needs to be. I think that if you like having a good time, Austin Milz is a good act to see. That's why we're probably gonna go see him again at Coachella. So if you do have the chance, if you're going to Coachella, you should definitely go check him out.
Definitely check him out.
PitCrew stamp of approval. And that wraps up all 3 of the shows that we went to in May. Pretty full month, honestly. 3 shows.
3 shows in 1 month.
It's pretty good.
Barely the tip of the iceberg of all the shows that we've been to since we've been on our hiatus. but this is how we decided to get y'all all the information.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't go without letting you guys know how lit our end of 2024 was.
Yeah, even though we sort of slowed down with the uploads, we never stopped going to concerts.
We almost put it in fourth year.
Yeah, that honestly played a part in it because we ended up going to so many shows
to record.
Yeah, we barely had time to even like just
process.
take in all the shows that we were going to back to back.
Like you guys saw, we went to Justin Timberlake one night, and then the next night we were at 21 Savage.
The very next day, and we did that so many times in 2024.
You guys will see.
And at the end of all of our episodes, we always go over some concerts coming up in our area to keep you guys up to date. And these first two, we are going to. So
the first concert's at 2025, guys.
The first concert we're going to is Jersey on January 17th. I'm really looking forward to it. They're EDM duo, and they play house, but it's not techno. It's a lot more similar to house, but it's a lot faster.
Yeah, it's kind of on some Fred Again stuff.
Yeah, it is very similar to Fred Again's style of music, and that's why I fuck with it. And they bring like a bunch of synths and drum pads, and they play a lot of it live.
I really like how they have their like own special controllers for the
their
show.
They like engineered their own fucking controllers just to bring on tour. It's so cool. If you go on their Instagram and look at just what their concerts look like, you'll understand
and
why we want to go.
And their concerts look so crazy. It's
everybody's turn.
Like
bro.
how we were saying Austin Milz is a party. That's what it looks like. It looks like a huge house party, and everybody's just around the DJ just going crazy. They even have videos of getting the people in the crowd to fucking play music with them.
Yes.
And that is crazy to me. I can't wait to go see and experience that.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to go see Jersey. If you have time, or if this comes out in time, you definitely got to go check them out, because that's going to be one of the shows to see this year.
And then the next day,
the very next day, once again, going back to back shows.
We're gonna go see Disco Lines,
which is a house DJ. He's got a bunch of cuts. We're gonna go with the homies to that one. A couple of homies wanted to go. I wasn't even necessarily gonna go because I knew we were going to Jersey. But then Alexis and Khalil were trying to go, so it's like I gotta go. I gotta pull up.
Gotta pull up with the boys. It's always a great time when we go to a show with the boys.
Yeah.
And Disco Lines, he has a couple bangers and a couple sleepers. So I'm excited to see what he does. I know that he's gonna mix in great songs, so it's gonna be a good time.
And it's gonna be at Hangar 32, which is a really cool event.
Where we saw a side piece, and that venue is really nice. It's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very unique. The next concert is Foster the People, which is on January 25th. And if you don't know who Foster the People is, I almost forgot when I was looking it up, but they're the people who made Pumped Up Kicks.
Craig's got a quick hand. Him and got a lot of saying. That's a banger.
That is a banger. That
from
song
the
is
good old days.
Undeniable. And basically, everybody watching this, I guarantee you've heard that song, so you know who Foster the People are. They're a little like indie style band. And I don't know if we will go, but I would definitely recommend. It's probably going to be a good performance.
Yeah, if that's your vibe, you should definitely pull up.
Yeah, because I bet they're going to do everything live. It's going to be a good show to go watch for sure.
And then the next show is Lempreteris.
You should probably look up how to say it, because I don't know how to say it.
Well, we'll put it up here so you guys know. But they were at Coachella this last year.
It's a French band.
It's a French band that they sing in Spanish and English and French. So
it's crazy.
It's cool. I really like it. I don't know if you guys know who Jungle is, but it's like that. And I saw their whole set for the first weekend, and I was trying to go the second weekend that we actually were there, but there was just so many acts to see on Friday that it was not possible. So
it's cool that they're coming to Seattle, so we'll get the chance
cool
to check them out.
Yeah, we might go, we might not, but
I mean, I wasn't really planning on it, but then you compared it to like Jungle, so now I'm interested to go see what it's about.
No, yeah, their songs are. I like a lot of their songs. I'm not gonna lie, because I do a lot of research getting ready to Coachella, and I found their songs, and it's definitely a vibe. So definitely pull up. You'll be able to dance and have a good time.
Come on.
The next one is 070 or
I think it's just
070.
07. That's how I would say it. Yeah, 070 Shake, who is a singer.
She was also at Coachella.
She was at Coachella this last year. The only songs that I know her from are her features. She's been
the Kanye features.
Well, there's a couple other features that I can't think of off the top of my head, but the most notable ones are the Kanye features for sure.
Yeah, she's on Yay, which is a great album, and her vocals are really nice. I could imagine she has great songs. I added a couple to the playlist last year, but I can't remember them off the top of my head if they were that good or not.
Definitely like a specific type of vibe that you got to be into to go watch that show.
Definitely a singer. This is just like a pop.
Just like you're just gonna be standing there, just like chilling, taking it in. I mean, singing along if you know the songs, but it's definitely on some chill vibes.
The next one is Common Kings, which is a Hawaiian group, if I'm not mistaken, and they sing vibey songs, and they'll be here February 20th. I have one song liked by them, and I really like it. My friend Alexis, he knows them really well, and if that's your vibe, you should definitely pull up. They're literally, it's a group of chill guys just having a good time. So I wouldn't miss that either.
Honestly, not that many concerts coming up these first couple of months of the year, but I mean, I can't complain with two. If we go to 2 shows in a month, that's a good month, I would say, for sure.
Especially now that we're trying to chill out.
Yeah, believe it or not, we are trying to slow down, even though we've been lacking on the content. But you'll understand once we get out how many shows that we went to last year. I mean, even going to 2 shows in the first month is the exact opposite of slowing down.
What we were not trying to do.
Yeah, but I mean,
but how could we not pull up to the good shows, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And we had in March. There's a couple good shows coming, so definitely look out for those. I think that's when Tyler's coming. Tyler's gonna be here in March. That's a big headliner. So keep an eye out for that. If you like Tyler the Creator and Lil Yachty. Yeah,
Lil Yachty with him. That'll be dope. The first quarter of the year is kind of slow, but after March, basically, then it's just up from there.
So many people are coming, and Coachella and so many festivals.
Yeah, all the people after Coachella that are gonna announce their tours that are gonna come here. That always happens every year.
Yeah,
so
all the people that perform at Coachella usually
go on tour afterwards because there's like a blackout, so you can't perform within certain dates before Coachella to save your set, kind of thing. But
you guys should check me out on Instagram, Claudio B_11.
And my Instagram is EJAHYY, just EJ, I would say. But also make sure to check out the PitCrew on Instagram and TikTok and Spotify and Facebook.
Yeah, check us out on Spotify.
Yeah, but also check out our personal pages because we post a lot more actively on there when we're going to concerts and stuff. Like on our story, it's hard to remember to switch accounts to post on the PitCrew story when we're at the show sometimes. So we're definitely posting on our Instagrams a lot more if you want to see a little more behind the scenes of just content.
And if you guys go to a show, add us.
Yeah, hit us up on there.
Post and add us on your post at the concert, and we'll add you to our stories. You could get featured in our episodes.
Yeah, even though we haven't had a guest in a long time, that doesn't mean that we're not doing guests anymore. And we also haven't been able to ever do like a fan meetup at a concert kind of thing, but we're always down for if you happen to go to a show that we're going to go to, hit us up and we can, get together and have a little good time.
Yeah. Check out the PitCrew set list. Right now we're getting ready for Jersey and Disco Line, so those songs are up. And I try to keep a good rotation in when we're going to concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm working on the Coachella playlist, so as soon as I get that done, I'll let y'all know so y'all can get ready with us.
Yeah, those will be posted in the description as well. And since Coachella is coming up, as of today recording, it's 91 days until weekend one, 98 days until we're going to be there. So the countdown to Coachella is already starting again. So definitely go check out our last episode that is talking about our 2024 Coachella experience. It was so long that we broke it down into 2 parts to make it a little more digestible for you guys. And yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It was probably our best to date so far.
I mean, compared to this one, I feel like this one's gonna outdo all of them.
Yeah, let us know what you think of this format of going through sort of month by month. This is kind of how we're gonna continue it until we
catch up.
Yeah, until we catch up to the concerts that we're going to.
Let us know if you like the new setup too.
Yeah, just
on the casting couch.
Yeah, we decided to switch it up, try to get a little more comfortable instead of sitting up and trying to be all serious at the table. So let us know what you thought of the vibes of this one, if you think the couch is better or not.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for sticking through. We hope you made it this far.
Look forward to June's recap.
June's recap is going to be a good one.
Next episode, June's recap. I'm telling you, in the summer months, we were
going crazy.
We were on a real sick one, so look forward to that. We have
Coachella was just the beginning.
Yeah, honestly, just like we said, after Coachella, this is when the year really starts turning up. That's exactly what happened. So we have a lot of content coming for you guys. We're always constantly working to plan and make it work better and figure out how it's going to be the best for you guys. So just thanks for sticking with us.
And if you guys went to any of the shows that we talked about, let us know what you guys thought. If you guys,
yeah, I would love to know if you agree or disagree with any of our ratings. We're always curious to see if our scale is actually good or not. I feel like all of our scores land exactly where I would imagine it to be, but everybody's experience is different. So if you went to any of these shows, let us know in the comments what you guys thought.
Or let us know in the comments what concert you would have gone to based on our rating.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Peace.